Hello and welcome to SpeedGaming, where we are playing Jets of Time Chrono Trigger Randomizer. And we got AzureCale going up against Dipwood at this time. And up in the commentary booth, I am Aku Haish and I got TPG on my side.
Hey there. Oh, this is an interesting start. Marley and Robo, I've never actually seen that one before. So, I'm not sure if it was mentioned, but this is actually a boss randomizer. So whenever we find the boss, like let's say we're going up into the cathedral, it could be Yakra, could be Yakra 13, could be the Terra Mutant. We don't know.
We got two separate market plays. Dipwood getting that power tab. And looks like the better shop.
I'm surprised we didn't see a snail shop check.
That will be in 1000 AD after they change time periods.
Mine might just be the way that my play style is. I always check it first or second with the carpenter shop, but yeah, I'm just kind of out of the loop, I guess.
Yeah, they're gonna get some levels and their first tech through this fight or the next fight that they're gonna take on. And with the first fight, the second and fourth attacks will always be a crit.
Did I just see Robo learn Shock?
Yes, Robo learned Shock.
Oh, that's... If we find Chrono and he has Bolt too...
Luminaire is what's used with Super Volt.
Okay, because I always thought it was Bolt. It was Lightning 2.
Yeah, it might be in vanilla as Lightning 2, but here we use the upgraded Luminaire.
Yeah, I'm clearly out of the loop on this one, so I apologize. Alright, we're heading into the cathedral to find our third character. Any guesses?
And AzureCale learned Cure and Rocket Punch for his two people.
I did see that he also learned Aura for Nadia. That's never a bad thing to know because it's you know, low cost, decent healing in a pinch. The only trick is it's in a pinch.
And Shock makes short work of the four enemies. Naga hits right there. Nice AoE magic. And Luca.
Oh, Luca. Oh. Yes, please. Give me all that lovely antipode. Yes.
Antipode and my favorite, Fire Tackle.
Oh man. Yeah. I have a thing for antipode. I always have, and I always will.
And we are going to see the free key item checks on Azure's side.
Yeah, this is the stuff that I usually do first.
And there's a nice soda on top of the fridge today.
A soda.
Yeah. So we can open Giant's Claw right now and get that speed tap at the same time.
I'm not sure if I would go into Giant's Claw quite yet, though.
I wouldn't go in there quite yet either, but opening it up is a really good thing, so you're not flipping back and forth through time.
Yeah, that can be a bit of a pain in the butt.
Dip was just strolling through the sanctuary cathedral over there.
I didn't see, but did he check the right side or not? Or is he going to do what I've been seeing a lot lately and tackle it later, if at all?
No, he does not check the right side. It's low tier loot. About the only good thing over there is that guaranteed fight for just a few tech points.
But you never know, you could also find your, much needed shelter if you need one.
You could, or go to the through the woods in the south of the castle, get that free one from the Kiwala that jumps out.
Yeah, that's a good point. They actually did that. And, Azure, Desert.
Getting 2 shields, power ring.
I thought one of them was actually
mail.
sheltered. Blue mail is good. White mail is also good. Full tonic will be good late game. And they're out.
You can get that chest in the upper right if you know your movement.
But it can be really dicey.
Yeah. If you get into that fight, it's bad times. And early looting for mid-game loot is always nice. And we'll see our first random boss on Dipwood's side.
Alright, let's see what we get. I'm excited. It's Rosterano. I gotta admit, I did not see that one coming.
You never see the Rest Tyranno coming at you.
It is a little bit creepy that he's been decapitated at some point.
And seeing that here's not a bad thing. Get the easy experience and tech points from just dealing a little over 1,000 damage to it.
That's always fun.
All it should do is count down a few numbers and go away.
And it looks like we already know Flare. We're waiting for an Ice 2 for our Antipode 3. That's the trick with... Oh, it's fire too. My mistake. That is kind of the trouble with knowing high-level spells at low levels, is you're gonna blow through your MP in a hot minute. Do we think Dipwood's going to check for our fourth character?
I'm sure he will. It's not too much out of the way. And if it's a necessary character like Frog.
Speaking of Frog, I'm taking a look over at Azure's screen, and he has the hero medal. So getting Frog, that's going to be a bit... It's going to be a thing.
Yeah, and the hero medal, all that does for progression is unlocks the left chest in the burrow, but also gives Frog a bunch of buffs.
Yeah, it's like the Prism Specs Plus, and we have a wild Chrono, who is replacing Nadia. Not sure how I feel about swapping Nadia out. I like to keep her and Luca together. I'm too used to doing Lost Worlds, but they also need to unlock magic to make that at all useful.
Yeah, there's lots of good text with Luca and pretty much everyone. And it doesn't matter who the other people are.
Luca and Ayla seem to be a very popular combination, and I don't blame them.
And it's all tech dependent as to what you want and your playstyle.
Snail shop check. What is he selling? Oh, there's where the hero medal is. And
I'm
he's snagged it.
Yeah, I'm also tracking, so I'll see things pop up on screen and just pop them in. I don't know if Azure actually got it or not.
I did hear the ding, so I think he did. And if memory serves, this was the Thomas Pop?
Yes, this was a Thomas pop.
Sure is.
And Azure, with his extra looting, should have about the same chance at the big giant dino head.
Big giant dino head, disembodied again.
I wonder if they're going to chance the Xenon Bridge check or go straight to Hecarim's Cave.
That would be my play. It would be Hecarim's Cave right now.
Yeah, with Fire 2, that'd be where I'm going to.
Yeah, I mean, Fire 2 and to a lesser extent, Shock.
Dipwood getting the other magic and speed tabs.
Kyuketsuki did make a good point in chat in so much that Ice Sword 2 scales off of Ice 2, whereas Ice Tackle will scale off of Ice 1. So, yeah, it's I guess we'll see what happens.
Yes, and like how Chad is pointing out, you still need the single tech unlock to learn the double tech or even the triple tech.
Dipwood getting himself some tabs and going shopping. I found some heals and mid tonics. Neither of those are bad to have.
Yeah, heals we are learning are very nice to have, especially in some of the recent matches we're having.
Yeah, it's always nice to know where your healing items are, especially once you get to the end game. Do we see it? Do we see it? Do we see it? Do we see it? Ah, no new. And who is our possible fifth character? Survey says Magus.
To get Magus, we need to forge the Masamune. But we did get the bent hilt out of Frog's burrow chest.
So that's the vanilla right there. Looks like we're gonna do a bridge check. I think, possibly, maybe. And considering how Dipwood's gearing up, it looks like he's just gonna go for it. One thing I do disagree with is using tabs this early in the game.
If you know what your final party will be, I do not disagree with using tabs early.
I might just be a bit pedantic like that, but I like to be close to end game when I know what my end team is, so I can just go for it, dump them all, ready, set, go.
Yeah, Dipwood and me, we go in, we figure out our team from the early onset, and we build them up.
Prism Shard, so that's a bit of a fetch quest, but it does open up the Rainbow Shell check.
And they do have Marl in the party.
Yes, they do have Nadia. See what I did there? I completely, forego the whole pronunciation thing by calling her by her real name.
I just pronounce things how I pronounce them, and everyone else can deal with it.
Hey man, you do you.
Exactly.
Well, let's see what the guys on the bridge are dropping. Could be decent stuff. We'll see. And for the uninitiated, all you need to do is hit Ozzy 3 times. Or you can kill the deceased. It's just a lot more fun to beat up on Ozzy, though.
And I would rather save my MP for the boss at the end.
Yeah, they're dropping Doomfinger, so nothing to write home about. It's been a while since I've fought, oh wait, this might not be Zombor. I guess we'll see what we come up with at this fight.
Yeah, it could be Vanilla Zombor. It could be any of the 3 mutants, even.
That would be, No! I'm sorry, I have to do that.
No, it's all good.
It's in my contract. So let's see what the bones coalesce into, and it is... Is that... Which mutant is that? Oh no! No!
It's Giga Mutant. It's not the worst one. Terra's a worse one. Like, this one has its way of being bad too.
I have more trouble with Giga Mutant than I do Terra Mutant, so this would be like a worst case scenario for me.
I had a very interesting fight with the Mega Mutant once.
Yeah, I'm straight coming off of the Lost World, so we never see the Mega Mutant. We just see Giga and Terra.
Yeah. And with Mega, you have to take out both parts. Instead of just the top and the bottom disappears, you have to destroy that one too.
Oh, this is not looking good. Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh no, no. What is... Oh, wait. That was Luca.
Okay, dipwood is clear.
Whew.
Wait, no he's not.
Oh. They don't have any revives, do they? Or at least Dipwood doesn't. That's going to make things a little dicey.
It,
A Valkyrie. Ooh, that's good to have for Nadia. And Azure is heading through the Hecarim Cave and not having any serious issues yet.
yeah, Hecarim's Cave, as long as you have a AoE spell, it's a free dungeon until the boss.
I saw Life 2, so that negates the need for revives, more or less.
As long as you keep Nadia up.
Ah, and Azure is using one of the super secret strategies that no one ever seemed to use in the vanilla game. It's running away.
And that's not bad if the tech points aren't going to help you anymore, since we can go up to the first 3 and cannot go until we unlock magic.
That is a good point. Another thing that I'd like to run through here with, not that we have it, is the pendant, because this locked chest up here drops 2 items, and it's not uncommon for me to see rainbows come out of that thing.
Yeah, I like to hold off on this dungeon for the same reason, as long as I can. But we don't always have that luxury.
I mean, yeah, you probably could have headed up the Denadora Mountains, but I always like to say that for a little bit later. And Hecarim is just such an easy... it's an easy check, usually.
Right now, it all depends on the boss, and the HP value for that room is lower. And Dipwood is showing us some more checks in this little mini dungeon.
You think, considering he has Nadia in his group, I think he might actually go in and try and take the boss. Or not?
If she had Ice 2 or even Ice, it'd be a better check early on.
I didn't check. Did Nadia have any ice spells?
I think just healing.
Yeah, because I saw Aura and I saw Life 2, but I didn't see what the second skill was. And we have a Golem! This would be a great time for Luca to use Hypno Wave if she has it, which she does not.
And Dipwood is going to try Retinite.
Well, to be fair, Retinite is always susceptible to magic. It's just the water spells make it more susceptible to physical.
And Azure is trying to keep the golem on fire by switching to something else and back to fire.
That's the best way to do it. You just kind of keep it guessing, but best case scenario is to have the fire because that only targets one character, whereas the lightning, whereas actually anything else besides, well, water and fire are AoE attacks. And that can mess up your day real fast.
And
It's actually a taco.
Dipwood is looking like he's getting some decent hits in on his side.
It appears that chat was wondering what I was eating, and the answer is it's a taco. Anyway, back to things that matter. Dipwood is making progress on Rent Knight, and the Golem... Oh, Golem's done. And let's see what he's going to get out of this one. Oh, didn't drop anything, but...
We get the prize from Tabin.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I forgot about that.
And Dipwood is going to get all of the XP and tech points. And a powerful Gratis for Luca.
And Tabin's giving out Chrono triggers. Ooh. Hazer, you should pet the cat. Pet the cat, Hazer. Good, Hazer. Pet the cat.
He went back to pet the cat even.
I approve.
I always pet the cat on the way out too.
Alright, now let's see what cleared out the desert got us, aside from a rusty robo.
A good shop with guaranteed lapises and quite a few other things.
Ooh, lapises are always good to have on hand, especially once you start to get into some of the really nasty bosses.
And with Robo, he will learn Heal Beam, which would be equivalent to a lapis eventually.
Heal Beam, basically any character with heal I like to keep on hand, but 9 times out of 10 it's going to be Robo, because Frog can be a little anemic, depending upon the weapon he has.
And that is huge with that gate key. That, I think, was the correct play.
Okay, I've been missing what Dipwood's been doing. Where did we get the gate key?
Robo's turn in from the desert.
Oh, okay, yeah, wow, that's it.
Yes. So Dipwood is going to unlock magic.
And prehistory, so I think he's probably going to hit end of time. If I were him, I would then go for I would check the Chrono layer.
Azure taking his leisure stroll through the mountain, and Dipwood is going to see who is on top of Dactyl Mountain.
And now we will forever know that mountains are nice and that this is the life. And I do see we are going to do a dactyl check, so we're going to get our knowledge of 6th character. AzureCale got himself a 2 Tabin Helms, I think.
Yeah, I don't always look at the regular chest items, so I don't know what all they get. Dipwood is trying this nice trick to go past that, and he succeeds.
Yeah, that is one trick I've never been able to get. I've only seen a couple of people pull it off consistently. And we have a frog.
And Frog will pair nicely with that hero's medal that we got.
All we need to do now is find our Grand Leon, and he will be a dynamo.
And I know Dipwood and Azure will not be doing that 5-minute Northern Ruins check.
I have done it once, and it paid off. It paid off in negatives, if that tells you anything. Yeah,
well, it is plus 10 power and plus 2 speed to Frog, but at the cost of at least 5 minutes of your time.
So, wait, I thought that the Grand Leon was a key item that you could find. I didn't know you had to actually go to the Northern Ruins and do that entire quest to do it.
The Northern Ruins unlocks a little bit more power and speed to Frog, and it is Frog's ultimate weapon in the game.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not going to spend the time going through the Northern Ruins just to, just to get that.
Yeah, no one really does. And Dipwood did not think of magic hard enough, so he has to run around again.
I always wonder if Specco's just messing with you, like he was going to give you power all the time. He's just doing this to amuse himself. Oh, Atropos XR, I think is what she is. Yep, Atropos XR.
And when I run around for magic, I never run straight. I'm curving into the room, going around, just to mess with Specchio.
As far as you hit the corners in order, I think you're all right.
Yeah, the corners and the door.
Yeah, this fight with Atropos, I figured I should say, is not going to be super duper difficult because instead of it being a solo robo, it's 3 other characters. But man, she's kind of hitting like a truck. Ooh, yeah, she's hitting pretty hard.
Yeah, either 1 character or 3. All of her attacks multi-hit except for her punch. Like her tackle hits your whole party, and she hits hard.
Oh, that's just cheating. And Dipwood beat up on Specchio. Thought I should point that one out. And it looks like Dipwood's going to be swapping Frog in.
He might be getting ready for a Magus Castle go mode.
Oh wow, that's definitely a thing. Not what I would do anyway.
Yeah, we got 1 piece of the sword. We just need the other piece.
Before I were to do Magus' Castle, I'd probably actually... Azure doesn't actually have the Prism Shard, so he's he's doing what he knows. Dipwood has some more options. I would expect Dipwood to go Prisoner Shard before he goes Magus' Castle.
And the other piece of the sword could be on that Prism Shard check. But we're going to go into prehistory and go through Reptite Layer.
Yeah, we haven't actually seen Reptite. No, we have not seen Reptite Layer. But first, we must go shopping. Ethers, mid-tonics, the basics.
Power Seals can be a nice accessory. I'd rather pick them up for free, though.
Yeah, I'm of the same mind. I mean, power seals in general are nice. Randomizers actually have made me appreciate a lot more items, a lot more than I originally did in the vanilla game. I'll give you that. Now, Dipwood is doing an interesting series of checks. I don't see this outside of Lost Worlds, except for now, but it's not something I'm used to seeing.
It's more done in Chrono Sanity, too, where you have to find the key items in the chests.
That's right. That's right. I keep forgetting about the Chrono Sanity, which can be... it could be fun for us, but very frustrating for the runners.
And I know Dipwood likes to loot these areas because they are higher tiered loot areas. I personally skip them and hope for a drop down in Reptite Layer.
I'm the same way. If I'm feeling particularly lucky, I will hang tight and see if I can't get that secret tunnel. But it's hard to get. Looks like Dipwood might actually just be spending some time grinding, though.
Yeah, this is a good grind spot.
And
went down on Azure side.
She did indeed. Let's see what she's giving out. Or Mawson. I don't even want to think of how that went down. Like Mawson and Moone turned into a Tropos. How does that work?
It's a new fusion technique. Well, that would have been a secret drop-down area too on Dipwood's side.
It might have just been an oops. We got the pendant, which unlocks the future.
So we have access, we know of where the access to all time periods is.
So yeah, Azure now has another check to do. Well, actually a couple checks before he goes Magus' Castle. Looks like he might be thinking about it though.
Yeah, there's 3 checks in the future. 2 are easier, and the third one is a longer check.
Genodome. I do not like going to Genodome.
I am one of the few runners that does the conveyor belt skip.
The conveyor belt skip is, oh man, it can be difficult. I will say though that in the Genodome, I really love what Mother Brain has done with herself. She looks absolutely wonderful after her stint in Super Metroid.
And Chrono is going to prison on Azure's side.
I always like taking Nadia through the prison, like for stealing her own pendant. It's just kind of, it makes me giggle.
I would do that in a casual Jets run, but I go with the fastest play character or someone that can take out the guards in one hit.
I don't know, with Nadia having the Valkyrie, that might have been her. But I will say that Chrono is a solid choice.
Yeah, and I believe they have accessories that would increase speed too.
Yeah, that. I know that they have the ribbon. I didn't see a speed belt or anything crazy like that.
Chrono starts with a bandana, which is +1 speed.
That's what it was, the bandana. It's a good blue shield skip. It can be tricky.
And dipwood getting these skips on this side.
I could never get those skips, but they are reasonably impressive to watch. And there's, yeah.
And the main thing to remember is, as you enter the screen, you're holding upright to get past that first set of monsters.
Ah, now I know.
That is what I am here for, is the knowledge of how to do things.
Are we? Yep. Hashtag save Fritz. Then again, with Chrono in the party, that does actually mean an extra, what, like 10 mid-ethers? Something like that?
Yeah, mid-ethers are not cheap, so it is a really good thing to check.
Yeah, without Chrono, I don't know. I'm Team Save Fritz.
Yeah, you can always come back with Chrono to that shop.
All right, let's see what Nizbel turns out to be. Nizbel 2. That's interesting.
Yeah, the nice upgraded version.
There are worse bosses you could fight. Actually, Nizbel 2, at some levels, is actually easier than Nizbel OG.
And Dip was showing that if you use any lightning, it changes the script for Nizbel.
And Shock is, in fact, a lightning attack.
He's using Slash, which, yes, is
Slash.
lightning.
Slash, yeah. One of those S attacks. We have Dragon Tank, which is going to be, what is it going to be? Just a Dragon Tank, I guess.
The head takes no damage from fire or lightning attacks, but the rest of the body does still take damage.
Yeah, so I mean, it can be beneficial to kill the head first, just because it heals, and it can be really, it can make it a bit of a slog.
And Dipwood is showing the best way to take out Nizbel, which is lightning attacks until it releases energy, then one more, then do your high physical attacks.
Yeah, I saw Fire Sword 2, I think, did something like 13.
It like 1600 damage.
It did a bunch. we can leave it at there. It did a bunch.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of setup to do that, but it's well worth it.
And Nizbel's dropping the Moonstone. That's going to make the Prism check maybe a little bit nicer if he can, charge it.
Yeah, he'd have to go up the Denadoro Mountain of Running first.
That's right. I forgot about that. But it looks like he's going to drop the Moonstone anyway.
And I would be dropping the Moonstone whether I come back for it or not.
Yeah, it's a good thing to keep in the back of your mind. So, like, if you, well, Dipwood's probably going to hit Denador anyway if he doesn't hit it next, which he might just, which might cue him into, okay, I can do the prison and I can do the prism shard, which gives me more options than going to Magus' castle, which is good.
Yeah, and getting Frog out of the party, you don't get that extra couple text boxes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we have Azure going into the future with his pendant, so he's going to have a couple extra high tier item spots to check.
Think behind these doors it's high items, but not amazing items. Oh, Wonder
Wonder
Shot.
Shot, that's. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a thing.
Wonder Shot plus a band, so Luca will counterattack with Wonder Shot damage.
Oh,
And
no.
you can still use her magic.
Oh, yeah. That's why I love Luca, is she can just do some immense amounts of damage without a whole lot of work.
And the trial has some really good gear in it too. Or at least good checks in the chests.
Yeah, well, at least, like, the Prism does, Sonic Arrow,
Swallow.
Swallow. There is some debate in so much if the Swallow or the Rainbow is better. In a speed run, I move that the Swallow is better because it does increase Chrono's speed.
Yeah, I go for the swallow more also. Just whatever deals the most damage.
Well, I mean, the Rainbow will end up doing more damage in the end, but the Swallow does have that, I think it's like +3 speed. It's something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, it's +3 speed, so getting swallow early is nice. And I would be using that speed for the Son of Sun fight.
Oh yeah, and with Slash, that does make Sun and Sun a little bit easier. You can attack 3 flames at once instead of 1, and figure out which one is a good one a lot faster. Oh, the rat. Oh, I always forget about the rat. It's like one of those things where I just forget painful memories.
And you'll see me catching the rat up top here for swag points. It saves no frames. It might add some, and I don't care.
Nothing personal, but I think I might hate you for being able to do that.
Okay. I also remember I also do the conveyor belt skip.
There might be something wrong with you, man. But let's see what we got here.
There's a
Jerky for. I mean, you can turn it in for some pretty good items. Could be a rainbow, could be a prism dress. Who knows?
there's a question in chat about the go modes. There are 3 different ways to get into go mode. One is the broken hilt and broken sword.
Broken. Yeah.
To
sorry,
go
go
through,
ahead.
yeah, to go through Magus's castle. Another one is the gate key. I don't have my tracker up. I'm looking at this jumbled up mess. But gate key, the dreamstone, and ruby knife. Those 2 lead to Lavos, and the third one is pendant, chrono trigger, and clone.
And that'll get you into the Black Almond, where Zeal 2 is actually the final boss. I'm sorry if I stole your thunder.
Oh, it's all good. I was struggling.
We got you, man. Alright, so we found the jerky. We are going through the Aris Dome, which is going to net us something, and I think he's also going to check the sealed door because, again, that's some good loot.
Yeah, I always check this sealed door. And we got Golem Boss on Dipwood's side.
Does Golem Bass actually attack or does he get scared?
He still gets scared if you let him go that long.
Alright, so the only thing I saw on Azure's screen was the Kali Blade.
He also got a Mega Elixir back there.
Oh, that is worth its weight in gold when you're fighting Zeal.
Even Lavos, it doesn't matter which end boss.
Oh, I'm thinking, you know, like Halation MP Buster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that combo almost always calls for a Mega Elixir.
It does, rightfully so, too.
Oh, I did want to mention that I saw Luca on Azure's screen do like 2,200 damage to the guard bot. Alright, let's see what we get. Survey says that's a bent sword. Okay, so we've effectively unlocked. Yeah, we have like commentator go mode because we know where everything is, but unfortunately, neither of the players are there.
And there's still possibilities of different go modes and altering paths.
That is true. I mean, Azure is closer to a go mode than Dipwood is, but Dipwood is not far off. Dipwood is actually going to do the jerky check. Not a bad idea. Because, you know, the mayor being so generous could give you some decent loot. And we have Ayla-bot. That's right, Ayla's an android, you heard it here first.
And it's a rainbow for the jerky.
Oh, that was worth it, I think.
And Azure is going to unlock magic through the future.
Which, in my mind, it isn't that bad an idea. I mean, the gate key is easier, but he doesn't have a gate key, so that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah. And the only bad thing is if he does find the gate key later, and he would rather go through that.
It is just kind of interesting to see that both players are taking wildly different routes.
And that is what I do really like about this randomizer being as open as it is. Just one different check than someone else and you're going on a whole different game almost.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we're looking at right now. I mean, even item-wise, Azure and Dipwood are in two entirely different games almost.
I like that 7 damage from that Fire Sword 2 on that one.
Yeah, it happens. Every now and again, it does happen.
Lightning is the tech you want to use against those things.
Absolutely. When they do their chemical reaction, that can do a lot of damage. I didn't see if Dip would actually equip the rainbow or not.
I do not know what he's using.
Yeah, I haven't taken a close look, but I have seen runs where people will like get these awesome items, and then at the end we ask, "Well, why didn't you equip it?" It's like, "Oh, I forgot I had it."
I do the same thing. Like, I'll get a crisis arm and not equip it for 15 minutes.
Yeah, that always feels bad. Like you pick up like a prism dress, and you're running like a girl power seed, and no one has it until you realize, oh, I'm fighting Zeal. I should probably put that on.
And Dipwood is going through his mountain of running. Azure is having a little bit of trouble on his side.
I think he got a chemical reaction.
Yeah. One slash would take out a whole line of the whatever it is in the way.
I wonder if he knows that they're susceptible to lightning or not.
He might not. That's why he's going with fire.
No, that was the wrong screen. We got all mixed up. Yeah, because I mean, I go in there and it's just like lightning all day, every day, because they can party wipe if you're not careful. Oh, by the way, mountains are still nice, and this is still the life.
And Zabi is always active.
As opposed to the rat one, which is only active when you catch the rat for reasons.
And if you know your timing on the Denadoro side, Jerkbird will never be a jerk to you. And the timing is grab the chest, wait for it to throw the second rock, and as it's moving backwards, he'll never jump at you.
For some reason, I've never had trouble with Jerkbird.
Yeah, if you go through it consistently, he's never trouble. It's based on you entering the screen.
Oh, wow. $2,000 on the R series with Fire Sword 2, I think it was?
Yeah. And with the robots, you do not want to leave one of them up. Doing them two at a time is not bad.
Oh, at least it's not 3 at a time. Oh, and Dipwood, Atropos XR.
Yeah, with Fire Sword 2, it's not going to be a long fight.
That was 3,111 damage.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. And Azure headed to the end of time.
And there goes Atropos.
Wow. Wow. Flare and was that Frog Flare?
Yes, Frog Flare.
Oh man.
So yeah, Dipwood has a really strong party to go against Lavos.
And a really good party to actually make it through the Ocean Palace without too much trouble. And now Dipwood has both parts of the sword. Ooh. That could make things interesting. Wait, didn't he also get the pendant too? Yes, he
So
did.
that
Ooh.
was a pendant.
All right, for Dipwood, the world is now his oyster.
Yeah, the other sword piece is in the future.
Speaking of the future, looks like we're headed there now.
Yeah, with 3 open checks, I'd be going there as soon as I can too. And Chrono back in prison.
Man, is he just a bad kid or what? Ooh, Azure, son of sun.
Yeah, I'd be looking at speed for Son of Sun, getting the 3 highest speed characters in there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Which would be like, I don't know, like Frog, which he doesn't have. So it'd be like Chrono, Ayla, and one other person?
Yeah, those 2 and anyone else really. Unless if you got some Tabin gear for Luca to increase her speed.
Well, we did see a couple of Tabin helms on Denadora. I'm not sure if they were equipped, though. We have Luca tossing some protects. Not a bad idea.
And one of the 4 pillars is the correct one that deals damage.
Ooh. Ooh, this could be a bit tougher without having anyone that has anything to absorb fire.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, and it's the correct one was the one I always go for first. And there was a misclick going to the wrong one. And Azure has ruby armor, so he'll take less damage, but that doesn't always help too much. Doesn't make the fight go faster.
No, unfortunately, the Sun and Sun fight just goes how it's going to go. And it all depends upon how many shuffles you get and how quickly you can hit the correct flame. It takes 10 hits to get it to die, and it always helps if you can keep count. Because you can't continue to attack the white flame, and it's been... people have been known to hit it like 20, 25 times before they finally let it die.
And if you want to charm this boss, you wait for it to lose its flame and then charm the middle so it does not counterattack.
Ah.
Yeah, and most people don't know that.
I mean, can you charm decent stuff out of Sun and Sun, or is it even really worth it?
Oh, you get the red mail in the vanilla game. You can get really nice stuff. Like prism gear, high tiered loot, like amazing tier loot.
I'm all for Prism gear.
Yeah, and if you don't want that flare counterattack, you wait until that message pops up.
And there it is. A silver stud.
And the Wolf Fang Fist Sword is what I like to call it.
I'm not at all familiar with that.
It's a wolf lobe sword. It's an unknown item until we go in and look.
Oh, okay. Son of Sun dropped Robo's ribbon. Which, if you're going to be using a Robo, it's not a bad pickup.
Gives them +2 speed along with Sunshade's power and an auto barrier and sight scope.
Yeah, so it's a lot like the hero medal for Frog, just a little bit different.
Yeah, hero medal for Frog gives Frog prism spec damage and auto barrier and shield.
And it looks like we have Azure getting ready to head into the desert without Nadia. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Well, later on, your hit does get better. So you, and with Confuse, he's going to hit at least 2 times.
And he is hitting with the swallow, so that's not, like top tier, but it's still gonna hit like a truck. And we have Dipwood getting the Sunstone, so I think he's going to be doing the Prism quest. Yeah, he's doing Prism.
And he can also check out Tabin again for a high-tiered helm.
Yeah, that like Tabin gives you that one key item, and then there's another 2 events where he will give you other stuff, and I think it's when you forge the Masamune and when you charge the Sunstone.
Yes, and with the forge Masamune, he'll give you a high-tiered weapon.
That was the Dreamstone, where we're closing up on a go mode here. I think all we're looking for is Ruby Knife.
Yes, Ruby Knife on Dipwood's side, or the other sword piece.
Okay, so we have Dipwood. He's gonna check in with Tabin. He's gonna give you a rainbow helm.
And that is a nice high-tiered helmet for either boss.
Yeah, it's always good to have that little bit of lightning defense, especially if you're taking on Zeal 2. Because Heaven's Gate doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it could also it could wreck you if you're not doing real well in the fight.
And Azure could not finish up the middle piece of Ret Knight, so did not get the extra experience and tech points.
Yeah, it can be a little hard to do. I mean, if you have fast characters, you can, but I mean, Chrono is good and fast, but Robo, Luca, not so much.
Yeah, and Chrono missed his attack. And when Robo hit, it wasn't hard enough.
What is Dipwood up to? I kind of missed what he was doing while watching Azure do his thing.
Dipwood is setting up for Son of Suns.
Oh, okay. So, I did see some red gear being thrown around, so he might have a bit of go of it.
ruby gear again. He might have one red gear piece, but yeah, more ruby vest than mail.
Yeah, I thought for sure that in the cathedral I saw some red gear.
And Azure is unlocking prehistory.
So he'll be finding Frog.
If he decides to go up that mountain.
Yeah, there was also one other item. Was it the hilt that you got here, or no?
I do not remember where Dipwood found that.
Yeah, I don't either, but I was apparently wrong because he went to the end of time so he can get the epoch so he can take it to prehistory. It's not a bad move.
Oh, he must have gotten that other piece, and I did not mark it or see that he did.
Yeah, so that kind of changes the game a little bit, as he finds Frog. He's effectively in go mode. Or am I mistaken?
Yeah, with Frog it would be go mode.
Yeah, let's see what he's selling. Mid tonics, barriers. Again, kind of nothing to write home about. Cali blade. That's always the trick. Is like you have like rainbows and swallows and stuff. I think you got like a Shiva edge or a Kali edge, and I mean they are good weapons, but not as good as what you got. Oh, what a tease. AzureCale is checking some of the sealed chests, and we couldn't see it. That makes me sad.
Yeah, and I like checking those chests in the mayor's spot down there because there's two right next to each other.
Yeah, and it never seems to fail that whenever you find a sealed chest, there's always some really good gear in it. Well, almost always.
And Azure is going to get his Frog and be in go mode.
Just kind of interesting because Dipwood, all he needs to do is get his blade, and then he can hit into go mode, and at that point, it's all down to execution.
Yeah, there are no RNG battles like the elevators in Black Omen that you can get anywhere from 0 to 3 battles.
Yeah, with the Undersea Palace, especially having Frog, you're in a good spot, especially because he has Frog Squash. And that is one of those techs that you want to know, because that third battle on the elevator is so irritating.
And it is interesting to see the different divergence and coming up together for the end.
Yeah, that's actually a good point because I mean, Dipwood already has frogs, so he doesn't need to go and check up on them. But he's also just a teensy bit behind. So, it's still too early to call.
It is. And do you do one more quick check for another Gomo that might be faster?
If I were playing, I would make one more check to see if I couldn't find the clone. If I were Azure anyway. If I were Dipwood, I'd just be going for it, but with the Chrono Trigger, if you find the clone, I find that I have a much better time through the Black Almond than I do the Undersea Palace. And Lavos can be a jerk.
And with this two-part boss rando, the Black Omen can be quite nasty too.
That's right. I totally forgot about the boss random because we haven't seen, too many bosses. All right, Dipwood, you know what to do. See you do it. Unfortunately, Dipwood is still hungry. Yep, Azure is doing the Magus check. Oh boy. Here we go.
Yeah, we just need to do this cutscene of Cut the Mountain, and then we end up right outside of Magus' castle.
I don't care what anyone says, this is the best cutscene in the game. I mean, with the music and the overworld stuff, and yeah, it's just awesome. And then he cuts them out like it ain't no big thing, and it's like, all right, guys, let's go kick some butt. I don't particularly disagree with the safety save. Save early, save often.
Always be saving, yes. And it takes a lot longer to take a death than it does to be safe.
I actually saw the Jet Out of Darkness tournament final lost by someone who didn't save and had to go through like the entire Genodome again.
Yeah, I did that in a tournament once too. Got into Genodome, did that as a quick early Lost Worlds check. Died because I didn't take a safety and lost.
The turrets killed you, didn't they?
What was that?
The turrets killed you, didn't they?
Yes. It was the turrets.
It's always the turrets. Always. And don't let me guess, they attacked each other and blew up in your face.
I ran out of MP for my character that would have killed them, and I forgot to ether up.
Yeah, that'll do it. So, Dipwood is getting ready to head into Magus' castle too, so he's catching up real fast.
And I'm going to say 1942 is when this fight started. And when dipwood gets there, that's about the difference that they're at.
Yeah, it ain't over till it's over, and it is by no means over.
Oh no, it's not anywhere close to being over. We got 2 random bosses here on each side. And then the random bosses in the next dungeon.
Oh, the Golem twins.
Yes.
I know that you get 2 of the same boss, and imagine if he got like 2 Terra mutants.
Which can happen. Like 2 Terra mutant tops. And how that happens is Dalton Plus is supposed to be there, so we have it scripted to where Dalton Plus cannot be there, and it would pull a 2-part boss instead. And I know someone has gotten Lavo Spawn Shell in that spot.
How do you do that?
You sit there, wait for it to go away, and say yay for the free experience.
Fair enough. So we have Yakra, the place of Slash.
And Chad is going all crazy about that. Because, yeah, 2-part boss rando is still a little buggy.
And we're still doing ungodly amounts of damage.
Which will be very much normal at this point on. And Yakra is doing his normal damage of teens.
There's 24k, and he's gone. That's you an Eon Blade for it. So apparently Yakra is now one of Magus's lieutenants. Okay.
Yeah, we don't question it. We just go with it.
Just smile and nod.
Smile and wave, boys.
Yeah, Dipwood is really close behind. It's yeah. Wow, this is getting good.
So who's going to lose all of their MP for this fight?
Looks like Frog.
And if I have a band, I will take the extra time and save my MP.
Are you kidding me? Okay, so Flea is Slash. Which Slash though? Flea and okay. Maybe Flea's on vacation and Slash just got Yakra to cover for him while he was covering for Flea. I don't know.
And this Slash has higher than normal magical defense. So you kind of want to do more physical attacks.
Like letting Chrono do a solid 1200.
Yeah, and with Fire Sword 2, it was 1100.
Yeah, let's just stick with Confuse. Let Luca, toss healing items.
Luca do Wonder Shot attack.
Oh, I forgot she has the Wonder Shot.
Yeah, Confuse, attack or
Unfortunately,
leap slash, and Wonder Shot.
Unfortunately, Luca is now taking a nap. She's tired.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because it's over just like that. You know, I wonder if this race could come down to equipment. Because they are loaded out a little bit differently.
Equipment and game knowledge.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but Azure, I think he might have forgotten that you can put the hero medal on Frog and make him do horrible, terrible things.
Also, as you're learning magic much later than Dipwood, he's not going to see some of those deep down techs.
Not sure why Azure is.
He's
take
grinding right now.
He is, yeah. Whew. Man, this is too tough to call. Yeah, like I said, this is getting good.
And Omnicron taking his typical 0 damage from magic.
That fight that Azure took might have given Dipwood all he needs to catch up.
Yeah, and the decision to do this on Azure side is because of the magic unlock late.
Yeah, I mean, grinding can be a tough proposition. Because on the one side, I mean, you do get more powerful and you do need that. But on the other side, it also allows the other guy to catch up if he's not going to be grinding.
And it also comes down to locations of where you do grind and how you grind.
Well, I mean, like, we all know what the best grinding spot is, right?
Yeah. But that's further in the game.
It is, and it's in kind of a dangerous position because there's not, like you can step back and heal. It's just kind of, do what you can. But, I mean, if you're grinding, that's the place to do it.
And both of these runners have the Magus fight to look forward to right now.
The Magus fight is randomized, right?
Yes. It's a random element depicted by the character.
I totally forgot about that, as I played vanilla, and I recall, oh yeah, whenever there's not someone in your team, you're going to be fighting them. So, for Dipwood, it could be...
It's going to be the same on both sides.
So it's probably going to be Magus then.
It could be a Chrono, and Chrono's ultimate would be Luminaire against the party.
What would be even worse would be if it was Luca. She tosses Hexagon Mist.
Luca does Flare, Marl and Frog do Hexagon Mist. I think Robo also does Lightning type.
I think that he might actually do
I know he's set up for Shadow. And Dipwood getting the skip without falling at all.
Yeah, I think Robo actually does laser spin. But now we have
Dipwood showing us all of the skips.
Yeah, showing off his Donkey Kong chops.
Yeah, Dipwood even skipped all of these fights that Azure is probably going to take.
Yeah, man. Oh, man.
Yeah, this is how Dipwood beat me too earlier in this tournament.
You know, Dipwood has just been, like, he just entered tournaments super late, and he just did super well, so I'm really impressed with him.
Yeah, he learns very fast and very well in how to do things.
Yeah, and that's not to say anything bad about Azer. He's also playing a really clean, really well executed game as well.
Yes, he is.
I forget, was it Azer who was behind, or was it Dipwood who was behind?
It was Dipwood.
Okay, Dipwood has pulled ahead by one battle. So just like we said, it's not over till it's over. Ah, gotta love the Wonder Shot. And the rainbow, gotta love the rainbow too. All that crit.
Two party members with their ultimate weapons and just didn't find the ultimate weapon for the third one.
Yeah, the Grand Leon. Is the Grand Leon like an actual randomized item, or do you need to go to the Northern Ruins to get it?
It is a randomized key item. It is in the item pool.
Okay, because I mean, we talked about this much earlier in the game, but like, if you don't have to take the Northern Ruins, you don't take the Northern Ruins.
Yeah, no, you do not have to at all. The only thing the Northern Ruins unlocks is 10 power and 2 speed for Frog.
And that could be, 2 power tabs and 2 speed tabs, and that's about it. Kaiser Armful Ether, and the Aussie fight, which is one of the most difficult fights in the game. Because, really, how do you fight a block of ice?
Melt it with fire is how I would go at it.
Honestly, what I'd do is I'd put it in a cup with some soda and drink it.
Nice refreshing pop to counteract the saltiness of the jerky.
Well, no, but we have yeah. You take Tomo's Pop, and you pour that into a gigantic cup, and then you stick the Aussie block into it to keep it nice and cold, and then you munch on the nice salted jerky, and you got yourself a meal.
Yeah, that meal is good enough for the guards at the bridge, too.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it is like, protein and, deliciously tasty, but I wouldn't exactly call it a food ration. I'd call it a snack.
So I'm curious as to what character we're going to see at the Magus spot. And it is,
Ayla.
and she does non-elemental damage as her ultimate.
Ugh. That could be dicey.
Yeah, and what you do is you get her to that spot. Hope her last one was fire. When you get her into it, and just bam, fire sword 2.
Yeah, because it's doing ridiculous damage for some reason or another, or it's just always done ridiculous damage.
If our damage results, it's player level plus like either magic or power and a random number. So the higher level you are, the more damage you do too.
I'm just used to seeing those kinds of numbers with like the prism specs.
Yeah, and prism specs increases the damage from that character by 50%. Sunshades, it's 25%.
So if you like find enemies that are dropping prism specs like candy, you could, in theory, if you have the right text, do 150% extra damage if all three characters have prism specs. Not likely, but it could happen.
And you do a triple tech, yes.
Yeah, and yeah, it can get nasty.
Yeah, and I have done max damage fire tackles and like 7,000 damage the water one with Frog and Robo.
That is obscene. And I think that the tech that you're talking about is Bubble Snap, I think?
Yes, Bubble Snap. So yeah, nice 7,000 point Bubble Snap. But that's with Crisis Arm, too.
That does change things a little bit. $33.19 Fire Sword 2, nothing to snivel at.
Yeah, that is insane damage right there, as it is.
I find it amusing that Ayla casts spells by laying down.
And Dipwood is using that strategy I said earlier, just spam Fire Sword 2, and she'll never get that ultimate off.
And it's over for Dipwood. It looks like Azure is using the exact same strats. Kinda, sorta.
And it does depend on the elements that the Magus character uses against you, too.
Yeah, so I guess that Azure is only using Fire Sword 2. If fire is the element that damages, and it looks like that's determined on who attacks her. So you have Chrono attack, she goes to lightning. If you have Luca attack, she goes to fire.
It's a random chance. Like, you can have the same character attack, and and the Magus character will cycle through all four, possibly, or stick with one.
Yeah, I've never fought Ayla as Magus before, so it's a bit of a mystery to me. Oh, it's the new shop. It's the new shop. Let's see what he's selling.
And Azure's
Prism dresses. Oh yes.
Fire Sword 2 was about 2,400.
Still nothing to snivel at. But yeah, new shop, prism dresses. Oh yes. Just pick up one. Just one. Did you get one? I didn't see
I
if you
believe
did.
he did get one.
I hope so, because if not, I will be very disappointed. I'll need to have a start talking to him.
That Safe Helm is really nice for when Lavos gets slap happy.
Yeah, it's not a bad piece of gear to have, but for my money, I would rather grab a haste helm.
Yeah, I'd rather have a haste helm too, but of the two, if I don't find that haste helm.
You do have a good point, But we do have another dungeon to go through, and there's no saying whether or not we're going to find a haste helm or not.
And I'd be looking at the Lavos fight and how can I make sure I survive it?
Yeah, that's always the question, because, I mean, in my mind, Lavos is just a bit of a slog to fight. It's slow, it can be dangerous, and if you start to get behind on healing, you're done. That's it. And we have Nizbel.
And Azure is in that spell risking spot.
Oh, Luca. Ooh. Yeah, Azure, man. Oh, man.
Oh, and here's that ultimate.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Holy cow. Whoa.
That damage against the party. Ouch.
But he didn't lose anyone. That's the important part. And it's over. It's finished.
And the damage output is a difference of about 1,000 points between the two players.
I saw a triple tech.
The Delta Storm.
Oh, yeah. To be honest, though, like the Delta attacks I've noticed aren't as effective as Delta Storm might not do as much damage as just like a Luminaire and a Flare.
Yeah, it's based on the power of the single techs. So whatever single tech is used for it.
Which would be Fire 2, Ice 2, Water 2.
Yeah, then it's in jets, all of the techs are given a percentage boost for double and triple techs, but that's still only so much extra damage.
Yeah, I think it's like at a time and a half extra damage.
Yeah. But with the tier 3 spells like Flare, Luminaire, they're going to outclass some of those tier 2 and tier 1 spells just naturally.
Yeah, and I mean, the only way you're going to get like one of those, like Antipode 3 uses Flare, so it's going to be better than, say, like Antipode 2, which does not. Otherwise, pardon me. Otherwise, like the triple techs that are using like final top tier magic, they're going to be using rocks. Like the blue rock uses like dark matter and flare, and I want to say laser spin. And there's a couple others that escape me at the moment.
Yeah, I don't use the rocks, so I don't know really what's used. I go with double techs.
Yeah, I mean, there's more double techs than there are triple techs, and a lot of them are more useful than the triple techs. Like Antipode 3 as a great example. All right, so Dipwood has chosen not to grind.
I don't blame him with the damage that he's putting out.
I don't either. Do we know if he has Frog in front or not? He does not. He's going to want to change that if he wants to use Frog Squash on the elevator.
And he might change that here after this fight.
Yeah, he might also finish the fights on this level and then head back up so he doesn't risk, Frog dying. But to be fair, that's not exactly a super bad thing if he dies. Oh,
Yeah, and he's level 29, 30. He doesn't need to grind anymore.
it doesn't need to grind, no, but that elevator is still just so annoying.
Yeah, that it's more that one fight that is the most annoying fight.
Yeah, that third fight is just like, why would you program that? That's just mean.
And if he gives Frog an earring, his HP will go up drastically. And that would increase the damage of Frog Squash. Oh yeah, Frog is in a decent spot right now for health to just take out everything on the elevator.
Yeah, looks like he's going to hang tight for that. I am a bit more of a purist about that and make sure I have Frog down to 1 HP.
The only thing I would do right now is find a way to increase Frog's speed.
Speed tabs all day, every day.
But here's a good check. Oh yeah, plenty of damage.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We're good. Yes, just set it, forget it. Let Frog do his thing. This battle can be irritating too, just because you have the whole the Magus shield thing.
But if you take out that one, the shield just goes out with it with an AoE.
Oh yeah, just like that. Yeah, he's gonna have no problems making it through here.
And that's a ready fight.
Here it is. The one where Frog Squash pays off. Dino-tail works too, but you need Ayla to do that, and we kind of knocked her around in Magus' castle, so...
And Dipwood knows to skip for these fights. And if you're having trouble getting out from behind them, the trick is you walk, not run.
Oh, see, I never knew that. I've never actually gotten that skip, so now I know.
Yeah, you run into the back by hugging the side, you just press up, and then walking back out, you walk out at an angle.
That makes sense.
And then you run out before the fight starts.
Although you can run from that fight, so it's not like super duper. Like it's not going to kill you if you get the fight. It's just a little bit slower.
Yeah.
Dipwood.
Dipwood's getting ready for the random twin boss.
Yeah, but he has, which is a pair of lava shells. Okay.
Is Angarel still here in chat? No, Dipwood, you just wait.
Yeah, I was about to scold him for not putting the merit badge on, but or hero medal merit badge. What are we thinking? But this is just a free fight.
And we can call it commentator's curse.
Yeah, we might have totally done that, and by might have I mean we absolutely did. Oh wow. Oh dipwood. Oh dipwood. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, and they just figured out that bug that allows this to happen. Please do not fix it.
Oh no. No. Dipwood. No. No. Oh. Oh. Remember what I said about saying it's not over until it's over? Uh, yeah. This is a prime example. Please don't forfeit. Please don't forfeit. You can do it. You can make it, man. You can still do it. Oh, that always feels bad. I think he did save before this fight, though, so... yeah, he did, so... We're not in super dire straits, but man, all you gotta do is... Got this. I mean, can he? I see what he's doing. But... Oh, this is painful to watch. Oh man, what's gonna happen? Is we have Azure looks like he's grinding. We have Dipwood who's stuck on the twin lava spawns. Oh wow, I don't even know. I can't make any guesses as to what's gonna happen now.
Alright. Alright, we might be having some technical difficulties with this fight.
Well, it looks like Dipwood has it figured out. He's just sitting there waiting.
Yeah.
So like this lava spawn just disappeared?
It should.
I hope it didn't hang. That would suck if it just started hanging for no apparent reason. I wonder if we see the same problem with Azure. Yeah, I wonder if this fight is bugged. Like, is this like
It might be bugged because it's supposed to just disappear. Or at least that's what Batsy said before.
well, if this fight is bugged and they can't get past it, I can only see one way of getting past it. It's gonna make some people unhappy, like dipwood, where find the Chrono trigger, find the clone, so black only.
Yeah, no, and it would be resetting the race and starting all over at a different time.
Well, not necessarily, because you can't still escape the Black Almond at this point, or the Undersea Palace at this point. But it would mean hopping back out, find the Chrono Trigger, find the clone, doing Death Mountain, go to the Black Almond, killing Zeal and Zeal 2 with a memory machine. Ugh. What a slog.
Yeah, we're trying to figure some things out.
Yeah, Chad is saying that it's definitely a bug. So, I don't know what we're gonna do at this point. Dipwood has paused his timer, so I'm not sure if he forfeited or what. I mean, if he did, someone should probably talk to him. Like, hey man, we have an issue. You're good to keep going.
Yeah, and I'm out chatting with mods and higher peoples, seeing what can be done, how to fix things.
Okay, so I'm not entirely sure what to do at this point.
Yeah, this is really interesting and weird.
Yeah, I mean, we have, folks talking to other folks, and we're trying to get this whole thing figured out. It's just kind of came from out of nowhere. We're all at a loss here. I mean, like, we have people who are saying that we shouldn't be getting random bits from memory, and that's That's true. I mean, we have like half of lava spawn and a whole bunch of fingers. Yeah, yeah, it's something's wrong.
Yeah, and Azure is coming up seeing what's going on too. Yeah, and I was hoping that doing nothing and they should fade out was a solution.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be happening, and I'm wondering if it's like something like we accidentally pulled like the elder level spawn or something, and that's causing some issues. But yeah, we're gonna get this figured out somehow, because basically at this point it's just our runners are literally up against the wall, and there's nothing they can do.
Yeah, they are trying everything that they can do.
But it's like, I think it's really working. I mean, you can attack the level spawn, but you're doing minimal damage, and then it's just coming back and killing it, basically. I mean, like, if you keep using, like, ethers and just make it a battle of attrition, you might be able to pull it off, but man,
This room has 9,000 hit points.
oh, that's oh boy.
Yeah, it'd be the golem twin hit points is what these shells would have.
Oh man, this oh man, oh man, oh man. Has this
Yeah,
ever?
they both forfeited because of this, and I do not blame them at all.
Yeah, I mean, this is just this is the immovable object of this race. It's, I I mean, what else can you do?
Yeah.
I mean, can we like reset their timers to like I don't know, like an hour 50, kick them out, kick them off out of the Ocean Palace, and then have them go from there, or what do we do?
Yeah, right now there's really nothing that they can do.
Yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to hang tight and see what the higher ups have to say. Probably worth asking, has this ever happened before?
Yeah, this is all new with the boss, two-part boss rando and the web generator.
Oh, Dipwood popped up in chat. He says he's got this, so I think he's just gonna grind it out. Oh, that was interesting. My Discord crashed on me.
Oh, I heard the blips, and yeah, chat is trying to figure it out. Angarel, one of the main devs, is trying to figure stuffs out.
Yeah, from what I can see, it just looks like Dipwood is just gonna go for it.
Yeah, that's what he's saying is he's got this.
I mean, the only thing that worries me is that both forfeited and the timers are off, so I mean,
Yeah, this is a whole Lemony Snicket's thing right now.
Yeah, this. I said something about worst case scenario. Yeah, that was nothing compared to what we're looking at right now. Are they both just going for it?
They might be.
Um, how do we tackle the timer then? I'm like, do we have uh an SG official timer that's running, or do we just kind of guess?
We might have to call the stream, the restream being done, and go with something else to figure out the ending.
About the only thing I can think of is we toss them into a real quick like Lost World seed just to figure out who wins.
That would actually be a lot quicker, be about an hour.
An hour, maybe less, depending upon how on it the runners are. But
Oh, and I'm told we have 45 minutes.
oh, okay. So well, we have Dipwood and Azure, fighting the good fight. So yeah, I guess we'll have to see what comes of this because we're kind of in the same spot. We got two characters. One's healing, one's attacking. They're doing minimal damage.
And no visible characters to see who you're healing with single target heals.
Okay, so Dipwood's timer is back up and running. So I think he's confident enough to that he thinks he's gonna walk out of this in one piece.
Yeah, this might be figured out after this stream is over.
Hey, I've never seen anything remotely like this before.
Yeah, and doing 50 damage to a 10,000 hit point boss.
That's something like what, 1,000 hits?
It's way too many hits. Yes.
Yeah, just a number somewhere between like all if no hits, I think, which is where you start to count beyond infinity. I mean, sounds legit to me. Oh no. Did Dipwood run out of... Oh no, no, Dipwood's got value fish. Okay, now I'm kind of invested in this. I want to see if Dipwood can pull it off. Because honestly, if he can pull this off, he can pull anything off.
Yeah, it's turning into a true train wreck where you should not watch, but you really, really want to.
Yeah, I've seen this whole thing happen before where it's like, yeah, it's like a train wreck or like a car wreck. It's, you shouldn't, slow down to look, but you can't help it. Oh no. Oh no. I just now realized something that we might have forgotten about.
That there's two of them, not just one.
Yes. So yeah, now I am officially at a loss at what we're gonna do if we do need to kill them both, because if we have to kill them both, I don't think we're gonna be able to pull it off.
Yeah, and they, like Dipwood has only so many items to use. Granted, the shell only counterattacks, it doesn't attack, I believe.
Yeah, but it does counterattack for like 200, for 200 a hit, which requires at least one, if not two heals to make sure you're not going to die on the next one.
About the only thing that could have helped was finding Magus and using anti-life strats.
Yeah, that. Well, I mean, we did know where Magus was. We could have gotten them, but we just didn't.
All right, they're talking over. I think we should end this restream, as awesome as it is, so that way SpeedGaming can keep going on with their schedule of events.
Yeah, I think it's probably for the best. I mean, this is all fun to watch, and it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. But honestly, just seeing a couple guys hit a shell isn't the best viewing. I hate to say.
Yeah, it's not. So if anyone in chat wants to watch the end, go follow our runners, and we're gonna get going and figure out what to actually do.
Yeah, so I guess to close us out, give our runners a follow, give Akahesh a follow, and give SpeedGaming a follow. And with that said, I think we're checking out here. So you guys have an excellent evening.